Dear students, Assalamu alaikum and many good wishes. I am MD Atikur Rahman, Assistant Professor of English, Bandarban Cantonment Public School and College. I would like to welcome all of my students to this online presentation. And today I would like to concentrate on English second paper and the topic is modifier. Student, I know that this topic might be typical and difficult to most of the students, yet we will try to take a close reading of that one today. The class is applicable both for the student, intermediate first year and second year. So I would like to draw attention of you students both of first year and second year. Yes, I tried to write some sentences here. I tried to make a question for the modifiers. There is the time gap. First, take a close reading of the passage for your understanding. One fact is very clear here that the more concentratedly you will take reading of your question, the more successfully you will able to answer the question. First, students are pre-modify the noun leaders of the country. First sentence, students are the leaders of the country. Here, get pre-modify the noun. Whenever you are getting the question pre-modify the noun, definitely your concentration will automatically go to the next word. What is the next word? Next noun, leaders. This is the head word, and this word will be modified. And this word will be modified with what? This is the answer. Okay, you will think logically later. Second sentence, the development of the country depends. The development of the country, this is the word subject, noun phrase, functioning as a subject, depends how post-modify the verb on how students prepare themselves to face pre-modify the noun challenge. Okay, in that sentence we get to gap, T question, and then first one post-modify the verb. Student, whenever you are getting the question post-modify the verb, automatically you will have to think that a verb can be modified with an adverb. That's post-modify. So verb is what? Whenever post-modify the verb is just before the gap. Yes, this is the verb, depends. This is the head word, and this word will have to be modified with an adverb. How students prepare themselves to face pre-modify the noun challenge? Pre-modify the noun. A noun can be modified either with an adjective or with a non-adjective. A challenge is the noun. This is the head word. This word will be pre-modified and with an adjective or a non-adjective. What it will be? Either it will be as an adjective or non-adjective. This is the decision. These decisions you will have to take. But unfortunately, many students are not serious. Post-modify the adjective with a prepositional phrase. Yes, post-modify. Post-modify means you will have to concentrate the prior word. Prior word is what? Adjective. This adjective is the head word, and this adjective will be modified with a prepositional phrase. This is a clear indication you will have to use a prepositional phrase. Are not serious. They spoil your pre-modify the noun time. Time is the head word. This noun will be pre-modified with another adjective. Some of the students do not attend their class post-modify the verb. Again, post-modify the verb equal to adverb. We will have to think of an adverb which will modify the verb. What is the verb? This attend is the verb. That what will be modified with another adverb. Again, some remain inattentive. Use prepositional phrase as a post modifier. Again, you are instructed to use prepositional phrase, but they have to be attentive. Post modify the adjective with an infinitive phrase. This is the adjective, and this adjective can be modified with an infinitive phrase. What is infinitive phrase? We will try to analyze later on. And this is full stop that they should remember that success is equal to work, dash work, and pre-modify the noun, the question. Noun is what noun? That is the noun. Work is the noun here. And that work will be modified with an adjective. And determination, so all students should work hard in life. Post modified the verb with infinitive. Work hard. This work will be modified with what? An adverb. Yes, this is the reading of the question. Again, I will suggest you to take a close reading of the question first. Close, attentive reading will help you to answer correctly, accurately. Yes. To find out the answer of this gap, appropriate answer of these gaps, we would like to take a discussion on some clue. Here, pre-modify the noun. Whenever you are getting the question pre-modify the noun, you will have to think that a noun can be modified either or adjective or non-adjective. Yes, this is adjective and non-adjective. And adjective plus noun equal to combined noun. Noun is the head word. Noun can be modified with an adjective. Yes, with an adjective. Similarly, what is the non-adjective? Two nouns take place side by side. If the later noun is modified with the prior noun, that prior noun can be termed as a non-adjective. Yes, there we can cite another example here is that a noun adjective is noun in its formation, but it is an adjective in its action. A noun adjective is noun in its formation and it is an adjective in its function. This is the noun adjective. Student voice, noun and noun. This is the head word and this is the modifier, pre-modifier. And this noun is noun in its formation but it is functioning as an adjective. That is why it is non-adjective. I think it is clear to all of you. Yes, student, please. Pre-modify the verb and slash post-modify the verb equal to adverb. Adverb can take place just before the verb and modify the next verb. Adverb can take place after the verb and modify the prior verb. It means that an adverb can be functional both as a pre-modifier and as a post-modifier. That is why verb plus adverb here, this adverb modifying the prior verb. Again, adverb plus verb, this verb is pre-modified by this adverb. Here adverb is the post-modifier, here adverb is the pre-modifier. I think it is very clear to you. And infinitive. What is infinitive? We know 2 plus B1 equal to infinitive. B1 means simple form of the verb. And what is infinitive phrase? 2 plus verb plus what? B1. 2 plus B1 plus what equal to infinitive phrase. In some gaps here, you are instructed to use infinitive or infinitive phrase. Yes. Now, depending on our discussion, we will try to answer the gaps. How? Students are the leaders. These leaders is the head word and it will be modified. Are the future, F-U-T-U-R, future. Future leaders. And this is the answer. And this future is modifying these what? Leaders of the country. And the development of the country depends. Post-modify the verb. What is the verb? This is the verb. Depends. And depends mostly adverb. Highly. Got the point? This verb, this mostly modifying, post-modifying, the word depends here. Mostly and highly. This is the answer on how students prepare themselves to face pre-modify the noun. Here, challenge. This is the noun. Okay. Just before noun, what thing we can take here as a pre-modifier. Okay, life challenge. If we take life, got the point? And this is also another noun. Pre-modify the noun with an noun adjective. If it is indicated in the question, and then it is very easy for you to think quickly that okay, a noun adjective can come here and as it can modify the another noun. If there is not any indication with the noun adjective, you will have to depend on your own skill, whether you will use an adjective or you will use a noun adjective. Life challenge. How students prepare themselves to face life challenge? But unfortunately, many students are not serious. Post modify the adjective with a prepositional phrase. With a prepositional phrase are not serious of their studies. Yes, this is a phrase of their studies. Many students are not serious of their studies, and this serious is what? Post modified by that prepositional phrase of their studies. They spoil their time. Pre-modify the noun again. Pre-modify the noun equal to either adjective or a noun adjective. Yes, we can here use a noun. They spoil their valuable time. Valuable time. This time is being modified by the valuable time. Some of the students do not attend their class. Post modify the verb. What is the post modify the verb equal to? Adverb. Whenever you are getting the question post modify the verb, you will have to think of an adverb. Yes. And what is the verb? This verb is being modified by an adverb. Attend the class regularly. Got the point? This attend is being modified by this word regularly. This is the adverb. Again, some remain inattentive. Use the prepositional phrase as a post modifier. Okay, this inattentive can be modified by a prepositional phrase in their class. Okay, got the point? Some students remain inattentive in their class. But this is the prepositional phrase and this is functional here as a post modifier. But they have to be attentive. Post modify the adjective with the infinitive phrase. They have to be adjective. Infinitive phrase is equal to what? 2 plus B1 plus what? Student, please. Here, 2 plus B1 plus what equal to infinitive phrase. And you are started to use an infinitive here, but they have to be attentive to shine. In life. This is the infinitive phrase we have used here. To shine in life. 2 plus shine verb in life. Other words. And this is the infinitive phrase. They should remember that success is equal to pre-modify the noun work. Yes, this work is the head word and this will be modified with her equal to her work. This her. This work is being modified by that word hard. We modify the noun adjective. Hard work and determination. And so all students should work hard. Post modify the verb with an infinitive to succeed. Infinitive equal to 2 plus B1 to succeed. To as you succeed. Okay. To succeed in life. I think this is clear. Yes, this is how we can take our practice on modifiers. Yes, students, though it is a bit tricky, though it is very difficult to many of you, yet I will suggest you first take a contemplated reading of the question and think of the gaps first, whether it is pre-modifier or it is post-modifier, and try to make a relation, correlation with the prior word or the later word, and then everything will be very, very easy. Yes, if you face any problem, please communicate with me. I am always ready to receive your phone call, to suggest you, to help you. Thanks, many thanks again, all of you, for watching this video. Within very short time, again, I will be in front of you with another topics. Thank you all.